I'm so happy to see you all here. Seriously, I'm so happy to be a part of Happiness Week and how Camille Dickey asked me to speak about something I will talk about today, obviously. And I'm not going to tell you what that is, so you can actually pay attention. So, guys, I love being happy. Just start off with that. Don't you guys love being happy? Happiness gives you a feeling like no other. You are able to enjoy life in any circumstance when you're happy. And happiness is, an attitude, a mindset of, no matter what happens, I'm going to be happy because everything is going to be okay. Everything is going to be good. And so I want to tell you a story. It's going to be a personal story. So, my life, if you'd like to hear about it, some embarrassing moments, if you will, tripping down the stairs and stuff. But, so, I was born into a wonderful family. Praise my parents. I love them. Who loves your parents? Y'all better be raising your hand, because if you're not, that is so sad. I would say sorry to your parents, but I love my parents so much. They do so much for me. They clean for me, they buy food, they pay for housing. I mean, I don't know what I'd do if I had to live on the side of DI with a cardboard house box and try to make ramen every day. You know what I mean? So I was born into this amazing family, and I'm the oldest of 4 children. I have 3 younger siblings, 2 sisters, and a brother. And so starting out in life, super, super nice, simple, and easy. You would wake up and see your family in the morning, your mom's cooking breakfast, and you're just getting your daily nutrition, and then you go to school for the day, right? And at school, you're partying up with your friends, you're like, homework sucks! It feels like prison! But guess what? It's actually good for you, believe it or not, to be honest. And then you're like, recess! Yeah, who remembers recess in elementary school? Misses it? I miss it so much, seriously. And so, you go to school, and then you come home, and you're tired, exhausted for the day. So maybe you'd have a snack, or you'd sit down and watch some Psych. I love Psych. Psych is my TV show. But I would come home and I'd have a snack, and everything was going good. My dad and my mother and I were having this wonderful life, this simple life of me going to school, enjoying time with my friends, with my family, and all these different activities. And then, my parents started fighting, and they weren't getting along, financially struggling, and they ended up being separated and divorced. And that was really tough for my family. My sister Natalia, love her to death, so sassy though. She didn't know what was happening because she was so young. She didn't know what divorce was. And so she was confused how my dad had to leave all the time because we were divorced. And it really took a toll on my mom mentally. And she struggled a lot about self-value. And for me, I didn't know what to think of it. And so I guess I kind of shrugged it off for later. Have you ever had something bad happen, but you're like, I'm tough, I'm so strong, it doesn't matter, And that's kind of what I did. And so that divorce kind of led down into this darker era of my times, I should say. And I don't know, I was surrounded by people who didn't elevate me, people who didn't lift me up. You know the saying, surround yourself with people that will uplift you into becoming a better person, to have better values, to better goals, to better yourself. Because you don't want to have people making fun of you all the time, right, and dissing you down, and people telling you can't do this and you can't do that, but you have to do this, like this. And I had those type of friends. They would call me, fat, ugly, and those words hurt, right? I'm pretty sure every one of us has been made fun of by someone I mean, me big time here. And I started to feel alone. I started to feel, this is not funny or not, but I started to feel like alone and cramping and like crying because I didn't feel like I was loved. Even though I was surrounded by all you amazing people. Don't get me wrong, you all are amazing. All you amazing people and my family that had so much love at the beginning of my life, I started to feel alone. And I started to feel like I wasn't enough. I couldn't do anything. I can't believe in myself. What do I have for life? What is the meaning of life? And someone stepped in. Someone stepped in. And I like to call this person a champion. And my own scout leader, if you love scouting, this guy invited me to church religious activities and also a mutual kind of scouting event weekly. And I wasn't doing anything, so I was like, sure, why not? And so I went to these activities, and something else was there. I felt like I had some value. I felt that people were asking me my name and what I like to do, and they wanted to know about me. They wanted to see me and accept me for who I was, for who I am now. And I'm so grateful for that. Because that was the day, as I went to those activities, I just started to recognize, I said, there is a meaning to life. There is something. There is something out there that we all have a purpose. We all have something to bring to this table. We all have something to bring to this world. And I sat there and just said, I want to be a better person. I want to surround myself with people, and I want to, reach the top. You see, Will Smith. He's an awesome, famous dude. Happy. I want to be happy and successful like those kind of people. Why does Kim Kardashian get to wear $6,000 shirts and I can't? And so I had this mindset switch because that person stepped into my life, and he helped me become who I was. And so, guys, today I want to talk about loving your peers, loving your family, loving other people. Because the reason why I wanted to share that story with you is because someone who stepped into my life changed my whole way of thinking of life. If it wasn't for those people that stepped into my life, I would not be here today. I kid you not. I would be crying right now, probably. Or I don't know if I'd even be alive, to be honest. It just came so serious that I felt so alone and so helpless and hopeless. But thanks to loving other people and helping one another, people who see other people and realize that they have value too, not just themselves, but they have value as well. And so, like Will Smith said, if your dreams or goals, what you're doing is not helping anybody, then you're wasting your time. If your life is all centered around yourself, you're not going to get anywhere. You're going to be so focused on trying to be perfect, trying to be the best. But if you're focused on yourself, you're not going to have people there to support you. You're not going to have friends to have there when you're down and you need someone's back. You're going to feel so closed off from the world if you center on yourself. So loving others, thinking of someone else. There's this word called sonder, if you ever heard of it. And it's recognizing that other people have lives too. You and I and you and all of you have lives. Have likes, dislikes, personalities, all different kinds of backgrounds, cultures, religion, etc. But sonder is recognizing that people do have those things and loving them for who they are and accepting them for who they are. And so that day, when I felt that love, I wanted to spread that. And I wanted to share that with people. So, first thing, if you guys want to write something down, make loving a habit. Loving, if you make goals, if you want to do something in life, you have to make a goal. You have to make a step. You have to make it consistent, and you have to be diligent at it to make it work. So, by making a commitment, say, Keshawn sounded pretty cool today. Or, some person smiled at me today, and I kind of want to give back, or I want to do something to think of someone else. And it doesn't have to be some huge thing, but make a goal. Make one thing. What am I going to do today to love or serve someone else? How am I going to make someone feel better, more happy? Is it just smiling at someone? Is it meeting a new person? Is it I don't know, making your bed in the morning for your mom so she doesn't have to do some simple chores for you? Things like that change people because in the simple things, bigger things come to pass. So guys, by making a habit, I was like, okay, so I gotta love people, right? So how am I gonna do this? Okay, well, if I thought I was so depressed and super sad and was focused on everything negative, I can't do that. So, an important thing when loving others is to remember to take care of yourself. And I've had to do this a lot, is you want to make it a habit, but you don't want to invest 24 hours in a day in other people because you have your own life too, right? So how can you love other people when you don't have that love for yourself or you don't take care of yourself? And so that's the two big key points that I want to point out is you want to make a habit of loving others by making goals to set that, and you want to make it so that you're not so centered on one thing, but you want to have balance. And so guys, Denzel Washington. Anybody know Denzel Washington? Great actor. Anybody? Okay, I love him. He has so many good speeches. So this guy is an amazing actor, but he dropped out of college at a 1.7 GPA. A 1.7 GPA! You're kidding. I don't know if I've ever seen that, but he felt so low. He felt that he was at his losing breaking point. But he said that one day this lady looked him in the eye and said, hey boy, you're going to do great things. And you are going to travel the world and speak to millions of people. And guess what he's done? He's become a famous actor, and he spoke to millions of people just because it started with that one simple thing, that one simple phrase. Just guys, think of the possibilities of if each and every one of us got to know someone else or did an act of kindness a day, how much better would just your lives be in general, and how much better our surrounding and our aura would be. American Fork High School would be escalated. It'd have a new spirit of, we are one person. We are together. We love each other. We care about each other. I don't care if you're a legendary cross-country runner, or you're a baseball man, or etc. But when it comes down to the point, I love you. No matter what happens, I love you and I care about you. And guys, that's so important. Because when you love others, the feeling that you get is indescribable. Like when I do it, I don't know if you ever, has anybody done a good deed for anyone and then just felt happy all of a sudden? You're like, whoa, this feels kind of good. This feels different. And I love that feeling because it makes me feel so excited to help people. Because when you see other people smile, you want to smile back. If you see someone else like picking up papers while you drop something, you want to do the same thing. And if we all did something like that, not only you would benefit and they would benefit, everybody will benefit. It's not all about you, or it's not all about everyone else. It's about, all of us together as a team, as a whole. whole. Also, so how to love others. Let's get back to the point here. So we want to make it a habit, right? What did I say? Oh, you guys are in American Fork High School. Make it a habit. There you go. Awesome. Make it a habit. Okay? Number 2. You want to have an open-minded perspective. If you're focused on judging people by who they are and saying, well, I heard from this person, that they just dissed some girl the other day and I don't like that. Or I heard that this and this. No, you got to have an open mind of, they're a human being. There's someone else in the world that's trying to find a place. And you have the opportunity to only know that amazing person, but you can create something that's even more. So I don't know if you guys know this, but I know that each and every one of you, each and every single one of you, my deepest heart of truth, you guys have unlimited potential. You can do anything you want. Anything you put your mind to, it can come to pass. No matter what anybody else tells you. But if we help and build each other as a team, how will that look? That would look so amazing. I don't know if you guys know, like at football games or basketball games, but when there's so many people huddled up together and you're chanting and you're moshing or whatnot, but it is so good. The feeling is indescribable because you're just so happy and like, yeah, we're going to win, we're going to do this, and even if we're not going to win, we're still going to be winners because we're awesome like that. And so, loving others goes beyond, anything. And so you have to be willing to put that on the table. You have to be willing to put, okay, what I know about you, I'm going to put right here, and I'm just going to try to love you for who you are, instead of trying to see you as you are, or see who I once saw you, or see what everybody else sees you as. And guys, I just want to thank you so much for bringing me here. You guys have played definite roles in my life. And even though I haven't maybe not know all your names specifically, and because obviously I'm imperfect, and we're all imperfect, who can agree? And if you don't agree, man, it's all right. I believe that you're perfect too. It's okay. I love you. I love you for that. It's all right to have some stubborn cockiness in there. But guys, I want you to walk away today hoping that you know how important loving others is. You know how important it is to open up to other people, to look towards the future and try to be a new person by seeing other people differently as human beings who have lives and who are important. So if someone, is crying or seems sad on the side, don't just say, oh, somebody else will do it, or they can deal with it by themselves. Pick that person up. Go and reach out to that person. Go be that someone. Because I needed that someone. I needed that person. And if he wasn't there to bring me out of my home, out of the darkness, I couldn't come step into the light that we're all experiencing. Because maybe we can accomplish things on our own. But everything is possible when we work as a team. Everything is possible when we work in unison. Quote by Denzel Washington. I'll end with this. And thanks for coming out. Don't just aspire to make a living. Aspire to make a difference. Thanks, guys.